Welcome back. According to a recent survey, an estimated 1.4 million veterans are at risk of homelessness nationwide. Now, Billie Oliver Scott is trying to put an end to veteran homelessness. She is the assistant director at The Point by SwitchPoint. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So first off, we just want to talk a little bit about homelessness among veterans. What are some of the causes behind that?
There are so many different causes, and it's mainly based on the individual. It could be anything from mental health issues, poverty, substance use, just things like that. And we're seeing a lot of like Vietnam era vets right now who have ended up homeless because during that time period when they were doing their service, there wasn't much of an emphasis on mental health care among veterans.
Are they now getting that care?
They are. I mean, they are if they're able to get linked to those services. There are still many who don't know how or just can't get to those services.
So what can we do to support some of these veterans with what they're dealing with?
I think the biggest thing is to see them, to let them know that they're not an invisible class, they're not an invisible population. And if you are able to make that connection with them, link them to services. We have so many resources here in the Salt Lake Valley. There's the VA, there's the Road Home, us, there's so many.
And do we know about how many veterans are living on the streets in Utah or in Salt Lake City for that matter?
So the last numbers that I saw, it was reported as well over 100, and that's so many.
That's incredible. As far as talking to these veterans, do you have any advice on how else we can show support?
Like I said, I would link them to services because there are so many. There's housing resources, there's the HUD-VASH vouchers, there's the rapid rehousing through the Road Home. There's so many different programs.
Do you think there are any misconceptions about veterans who are struggling to find shelter?
I think it could be said not just about veterans, but many people who are currently experiencing homelessness. There's a lot of misconceptions that they don't want the help. They want to live that life, and that's honestly, that's not the case.
And you were talking a little bit about Vietnam veterans and the homelessness that they've been experiencing. What do you see in the future for the support services that we'll need to provide for veterans?
I think there's been a lot of research done, and I think that there's been a big emphasis put now on mental health care for the veterans and noticing that they are experiencing PTSD, depression, like suicidal ideation and things like that. So hopefully it'll keep increasing and budgets for that kind of care will keep up.
Absolutely, get them the support they need and they deserve. And I also want to talk about, you have a new facility that's opening up soon. Tell us a little bit about that.
So it's called The Point by SwitchPoint. So we are technically an extended stay hotel. It's a $450 monthly rate, so it's deeply affordable for people who don't have many other options. And we've been working with different organizations, receiving referrals from them, and we've had so many referrals for veterans come in, and it's been absolutely amazing.
And how did you come up with that number, the $450 a month?
That was something that was put together by our CEO and by some people that are a little higher up than I am, but it's a deeply affordable rate. It's something that is a lot cheaper and a lot more manageable for individuals who are living on a fixed income.
Absolutely. And before we go, we want to let people know where they can go to learn more and to get some help. Can you point us in the right direction?
Yeah, so to learn more about The Point by SwitchPoint, you can go to pointhotel.org or you can go to switchpointcrc.org.
Billie Oliver Scott, thank you so much for joining us on this Veterans Day, and best of luck with you with your new building coming up.
Thank you so much.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.